our website is very busy, but I think the last three opportunities we got as a business and closed actually came from, one was a website inquiry, one was answering a question on LinkedIn. I think the other one, through a very strange cause, might have started with Twitter. So the stuff we talk about here does work. And I usually try and find a customer in a room to illustrate a point. Tonight, somebody who's not here, I was looking at some statistics today. And this very thing which I'm going to talk about in the next 10 minutes is something they implemented on their website rigorously. It was a new website, but it was built in a certain way with a certain structure. And they sell horse boxes, and they've been in business for quite a long time. And their traffic's gone up 213% in the last 4 weeks. To give you an idea what that means to them, last month, but one was around 2,100 visitors. This month, it's more than doubled. And that means a lot of sales and a lot of revenue, which more than pays for our time. And that's using just one element of the 5 which I'm going to go through, 2 of which I've already done. So, without further ado, so that's the page title you see there. And you'll see that the page title has appeared again at the top there. So it's in the search and it's at the top of the page. So let me just tell you what Google look for when they decide how to rank your website. First of all, they're going to look at what the website is called. If your market was only leads, you weren't interested in anything but leads, and you could buy a URL called saacontractorinleads.co.uk, that is an exact match for a search term. If that's all you wanted to do, you might well choose that. However, you want more than that. So you might decide to call yourself, as a website, SIA Contractors UK. You try and get the word SIA and contractor in the URL. And then every time you added a page, you'd have a slash at the end. And then if you had a page to do with Manchester, it would say SIA Approved Contractor, Manchester. The next page, the URL would say a door staff, approved door staff, Sheffield. But it would say it in the URL. It would say it in the page title. That's the main 2 places Google look at. I've got to put a little bit of a plug in here. I'm not sure if it's really a plug. The websites we build, all these fields, it's just a matter of filling a field in. It's just filling a page in. So what you see on the back of one of these documents, which you can free to take, how to write a perfect page, which is basically this. If you had a nice website, you wouldn't just fill in the fields. If you don't have one, then go to your web people, the people who built your existing website, and say, I want to do this. If you decide to get a website from somebody else, then say, this is what I want to do. But you've got to do this. You've got to be able to customize a page title. You've got to be able to customize a URL. Now, they also look for other things on the page. They look for clues in the main navigation. If you've got pictures, and the picture uses the keyword, then they take that into account. And they take into account what you've actually written. So if you've got a page and it's optimized around SIA contractors in Bradford, and then you talk about SIA contractors and you never mention Bradford, you've missed a trick. Because what Google are looking for is consistency all the way down the line. So imagine you've got a search term and it says it in the page title. It says it in the URL, it says it on the image, it says it in the navigation, and it says it in the page. They are absolutely certain that you are probably the most accurate person to put towards the top of that page. And that's really all it takes. You can actually, if the page title, you can actually put 660 characters if you like. But seeing as they only show 60, you may as well just use 60, because at least it keeps your message concise. You know, when the search results came in, there was a description underneath. That's called a meta description. They don't take it into account when it comes to ranking websites. But it is your only chance to sell your business. Because if you're number 4 on a page and somebody's number 3 and number 5, they've still got a choice based on the description who they go to. So this is your marketing message. And most of them are dreadful. And web agencies are extraordinarily lazy. What they'll do is they'll come up with one and they'll stick it on every page for you. The bad news is that what Google then does, it says, well, this description can't describe every page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick something randomly from the website, maybe an address. I'm going to stick it in there as a description. So you're totally out of control. So the meta description, 158 characters. You know, you can really improve conversions just by going to your descriptions of how what you say about yourselves. You should be able to do it. So 72% of all your customers are looking for you online, and you're going to spend, most of you are spending no time, and some of you are spending a couple of hours on absolutely the most productive area you can, and most of you are ignoring it. And I don't really know why, and I've never understood why, and I'm sure there'll be no insight into it. I just got a feeling people think it's somehow difficult. But it really isn't. It's a matter of going to your web guys and saying, I need to be able to do this, this, and this, and then understand how to apply the rules. Okay, the page headline is, if you've got a page and you're going to write the text, and it's about SIA-approved contractor in Bradford, basically you'd start the page saying SIA-approved contractor in Bradford. Google reads from the top down, reads from left to right as well, so it's just a matter of repeating things fairly obviously as you go down the page. And if you're honestly spending no time or an hour a week working your website, you're really doing yourself and your business no justice here, because it's online where all the business is. And most of you guys, by the way, just because you come to this and you listen to somebody who knows a little bit about it, you're already 99% ahead of anybody out there, You're way ahead. Most people don't know anything about this. You're way ahead of the game just through 15 minutes. Sometimes there is nothing really to exactly define a business. First of all, you probably wouldn't use Google to do that. You'd probably buy a tool called Word Tracker. It allows you to do more brainstorming type work. The Google keyword tool is very, very blunt. It works, but you're left to use your own imagination. So I probably wouldn't use that. I think it's also fair to say that some businesses, promotion probably would work better in LinkedIn almost than online, because only through conversation would you find the people to talk to, because nothing actually will define you as well as you might. I often talk to people and I say to them, what is it you do? And they actually can't tell me. But if they can't tell me, then they probably are stuck. But a lot of us are in businesses which are, quite woolly in a way. I suppose maybe it's the modern world. I've actually got about, I think it's 17 last time I thought about it, other ways you can promote your website. But I start with search because it's the one that people maybe find easier to sort of get on with.